Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the Friday, November 17 spoilers for Days of Our Lives, it is revealed that Chad DiMera called Gwen von Leuschner and acknowledged he needed something that only she could provide. Everett Lynch was primarily to blame for Chad's desire to purchase Gwen's portion of The Spectator, according to updates Gwen received. Gwen chose to give in since she didn't like Everett's glowing editorial about the romance between Leo Stark and Dimitri von Leuschner. Chad was persuaded by Gwen to give her a non-offensive offer, failing which her half of The Spectator would be his. On Friday's episode of Days, Everett pressed Stephanie Johnson at the bar for details regarding the reason behind the breakup with Alex Kyriakis. Although Stephanie said it wasn't that serious, she acknowledged Alex had a hard time letting go, which caused issues with Chad. Since Chad had a strong relationship with Stephanie, Everett assumed that Chad saw him as even more dangerous. Everett was going to give Chad an outsider's perspective, so Stephanie bet him $10 that he would be completely wrong. Both Everett and Stephanie laid their bills on the table, and Everett was rather right when he said that it was the Chad show. It appeared to Everett that Chad's late wife and his issues with Stephanie's ex-partners were the main topics of conversation. In Everett's opinion, it was all take and no give. Although Stephanie said that Everett was mistaken and grabbed the money, it appeared as though she agreed with him. Stephanie implied that she had only ever spoken about Chad's negative traits after hinting at his positive traits. When Chad entered, he heard a portion of Stephanie's remark and wondered what she was upset about. Everett was arrogant when Stephanie provided cover, asking Chad if it would be all right if he took Stephanie away. Everett clarified that he meant for work, but it was clear he wanted to take Stephanie entirely. Theresa Donovan was informed at the Kyriakis estate by Konstantin Melionis that Alex Kyriakis was on speed dial and that she had to follow instructions if she didn't want Alex to learn the truth. Theresa gave Konstantin a fireplace poker toss so he could act as though he was being attacked by an intruder. Theresa was going to run off with the baby when Maggie came back, so she had to watch out that her face wasn't visible. Maggie became really alarmed when she saw Victoria Horton and the kidnapper running away. Konstantin hurried out to play the hero as soon as he pretended to regain consciousness. Theresa was waiting for Victoria on a park bench in the park during Friday's DOLO program. Theresa was forced to punch Konstantin in order to support his claim when he arrived to pick up the baby, and as a result, she struck him in the face. Xander Cook became enraged with Sarah Horton at the hospital for including Brady Black on the list of witnesses for the custody court. Given that Xander was getting Eric Brady to testify against her, Sarah believed it was only just. Following their argument about Xander's prior transgressions, Sarah answered a call from Maggie and discovered Victoria had been abducted. Xander denied any involvement in the incident and hurried away with Sarah to locate their daughter, despite Sarah's accusations that he was the one who set it up. Additionally, the police were called, but they were quite slow to respond. On Friday's episode of Days, back at the Kyriakis estate, Maggie told Xander and Sarah everything that had transpired. Sarah sobbed in Xander's arms before he assured her that Victoria would return. Konstantin showed up with the infant before Xander could go look for Victoria on his own. Sarah was relieved to be back home, where she belonged, and was thankful to Konstantin. Sarah indicated she wasn't ready for the custody court at this time and that they would need to reschedule. If he abandoned the custody case, Xander implied that there might be another choice. Maggie, meantime, thanked Konstantin and said she thought he was a heavenly angel. Konstantin suddenly drew Maggie into a passionate kiss. Brady Black arrived at Titan to accept Alex's invitation to bring Basic Black with him. Although Theresa was now in charge of Bella magazine, Alex expressed his satisfaction with the deal and expressed his hope that this wouldn't present any issues. Brady cautioned Alex about the risks involved with ignoring someone like Theresa, even for a brief period of time. Brady questioned whether Alex was in love with Theresa, when he seemed to protect her somewhat. Brady was reassured by Alex that they were simply friends, but he was determined to have Theresa on his team, because he needed a woman who could take no prisoners. When Theresa came, she heard her name, but Brady pretended that if she had arrived earlier, she would have heard much more. Brady thought he could co-parent an adolescent child with Theresa, though, so he thought they could work together. On Friday's episode of Days, Theresa discovered a phone had been left behind after Brady and Alex departed. Brady returned for the phone and seemed to hear Theresa, who had left Konstantin a voicemail warning him not to mention her name in case everything went awry. Keep an eye out for Theresa's maneuvering out of a sticky place, according to spoilers for Days of Our Lives. The spoilers for Monday, November 20th episode of Days of Our Lives indicate that Brady Black will be suspicious of something after walking in on Theresa Donovan, leaving a dubious message. Theresa had cautioned Konstantin Melionis to keep her name out of it in case everything blows up. Brady most likely heard enough of that communication to realize that Theresa is still not good news, despite his doubts about hearing all of the information. When Alex Kyriakis gets back to his office, Theresa and Brady will be furious with one another. According to Days spoilers, Alex will have to break up the fight so he can stand up for Theresa once more and foil Brady's verbal abuse. In relation to takedowns, Paulina Price will assign Harris Michaels a task. Now that Clyde Weston's pharmaceutical enterprise is beginning to take off, Salem is facing a major drug problem. Although Paulina is unaware that Clyde is the mastermind behind the empire, she is aware that she wants Salem to improve and become a less troublesome place to live. Days teasers claim Paulina will put her trust in Harris to assist her protect her constituents by putting an end to the large drug enterprises in the community. She will stand her ground in a dispute with Ava Vitali. It appears that Gil Carter is making some demands on Clyde's behalf, and Ava will need to respond. Fans of DOL should pay attention since that will set the stage for some danger that Harris will soon witness. Meanwhile, Sarah Horton will be taken aback when Xander Cook formally ends the custody dispute. Something changed for Xander after they'd bonded throughout the kidnapping situation, and he witnessed Sarah's distress at the prospect of losing Victoria Horton. Xander stated he may drop his custody battle since he couldn't put Sarah through any more court drama, and he will carry out that plan on Monday's episode. Days teasers suggest that because Xander stood up for her during the whole kidnapping ordeal, Sarah would be appreciative and perhaps more amenable to co-parenting agreements. Regarding Maggie Kyriakis, what reaction will she have to Konstantin's recent kiss? Maggie might acknowledge that it's too soon to consider letting go of Victor Kyriakis, but Konstantin isn't going to let up. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Konstantin will alter his strategies as the plot develops, so keep watching DOL. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.